right, check, check, 1, 2. Is this thing on? What? Hello, bright thing in the sky. What are you doing? Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Is that circle off? Yeah, that circle's way off. Hold on. There we go. Get that back. Like that. There we go. We got full moon, baby. We got a full moon. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. How you guys doing here? Screenshot. Wow, it's so bright. This is ridiculous. This is so bright. Where you guys tuned in from? Nevada? I'm in Pennsylvania, guys. Oh yeah, tap that like and sub, guys. Like and sub. I bet you guys are already subscribed though. Oh man, it's looking so good. So what time is it? 12:29, and so what we got? 3 hours and 25 minutes until that is full. Man, it's looking good. It was a little cloudy earlier at 10 when I started the first one, and I got hit by these clouds. It was brutal. It was brutal, guys. But let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. This moon is looking so freaking bright. Let's see what we can. Oh my goodness! Look at that. That's just magic. That's magical. Man, I can see all the fields around me. It's so bright outside right now. And I even have like a laptop next to me and the phone blasting this light in my face, and I can still see the fields around me. It's so bright outside. 9:29 there. Okay. Enjoy the moon. Hey, King Lou. Whoa. Sir, is there a comet beside the moon? No, not right now. Much love, brother. How was your night? 11:30 in Texas. My night's been pretty good so far. I've been having fun. It did come up orange for me too. I don't think I can share a photo on here, but maybe I can show you on the computer. If, where did I put it? I don't know if I put it in here. Yeah, I did. I did. All right, I'll show you on the computer here real quick. So this was the full moon when it rose tonight, right there. It had that, it was very orange. Yeah, very buggy too. Yeah, I got oh, my bug candle went out. The wind blew it out, but I have a bug candle, citronella candle, but I have a hoodie on, the hood up over my head, you know, and because mosquitoes are my nemesis, you know, they're pure evil, honestly. If you ask me, mosquitoes are evil. Yeah, I'm in my backyard. I live out in the sticks in Pennsylvania. Where are you guys tuning in from? Hey, Becca, wow. I see Pixie in here. Let's see, I see a lot of familiar faces already. Mississippi, thank you for the live show. Hey, you're welcome. It's a beautiful night tonight. What strength telescope? In the description is the make and model. I don't know the strength of it because that depends on the eyepiece that I put into it. But it's a 1219 millimeter, 8-inch Dobsonian telescope. It's about 4 feet long. The moon, it collects so much. New Mexico, San Francisco, Palm Beach, New York, Missoula, Montana. Hey, fourth two. The moon is made of rock. So a lot of it is hardened, dried lava, magma. You're looking at the moon, the full moon tonight. We're zoomed way in right now. We're zoomed in pretty far in the moon right now. Michigan, Nashville, Alaska, Pakistan. You excited for the meteor showers? I am. My sky's cleared up. Look at this. Take you out the telescope for a sec. I'll move that back out. Okay. Look at that. Nice clear skies. A little bit of wildfire smoke up there, Looking so good. Let me see if I can do a little. That'll look cooler. All right, let's try this. Yeah, I got some clear skies tonight. It did get cloudy on me earlier. I don't know why. It just did, and that was pretty annoying. Pennsylvania. I'm in Pennsylvania. Tampa. Nice. Full moon is tomorrow. It today is August 9th. It's 12:34 a.m. August 9th. The moment of full is in 3 hours and 21 minutes. Is the moment of full is in 3 hours and 21 minutes. So I'm pretty sure the full moon is today or tonight. It's the 8th into the 9th because the 9th at night, Saturday night, it's already going to start waning over here. And right now it's finishing up waxing over here on this edge. See how it's almost all done? Ooh, there's a little bit left right down here. Let's zoom in there. Oh, that did not like me. Right there. See it down below? Moves so fast, yeah. Welcome in everybody. We're looking at the full moon tonight. Let me get this straightened out. Something's going on here. No, that's good now. That looks good now. Right there it does a little weirdness in the top right. Let's adjust that. I want this to be smooth. Okay, yeah. Isn't that cool? Where's the UFOs? I don't know. Send them my way. I'm in Pennsylvania. Send all the UFOs my way. Any other planets in the sky tonight? Yeah, Saturn around 2 a.m. 1:32 a.m. I'm going to be doing Saturn. That might be on a different place. That'll probably, because I need dimming control. And on YouTube, it doesn't give me that. I'll be probably TikTok for that. Yeah. Show me South Pole of the moon. You can't, I can't. It's out of view. It's a rad telescope. Yeah, this telescope costs about $650. It's an Orion SkyQuest XT8 Dobsonian telescope. I have the make and model in the description of the live. I also have a Discord in the description. Discord invite, 18 plus, to join the Discord. We're building a nice, solid astronomy community there. A lot of amazing people. So if you're interested in getting more involved and maybe learn a little bit more about this and maybe get a telescope or something, we can help you out. Or if you just want to hang out with people that love space, Discord. Check it out in the description of the video. Those just joining, my name's Nate. I go by SunshineNate online, and tonight we're checking out the full moon through a large telescope, but I do space and live astronomy content and live streams, and tonight we're watching the full moon tonight. Pretty cool, right? Jupiter is like just before sunrise. It's pretty wild. I've not seen a meteor hit the moon yet. A few of my friends have, though, and I'm kind of jealous about it. You know, they do pretty good when they do. When they capture them, it's so good. No, Rip Marlowe. I'm sorry, I gave that to your mother. Can you see the American flag they left on the moon? No, that's too far on the lunar like resolution for me to see with this telescope. That look cool? Hey, Dark Space, how you doing? Good evening, guys. Your name is Nate too? Good name. You love astrology. Very cool. Astronomy is quite different than astrology. Sea of Tranquility. Yeah, where man first stepped foot on the moon. Pretty cool, right? This is a live view. Ocean Palm. Yeah, this is a live view. If you know anybody that likes the moon or would like to see this tonight or has cloudy skies, share this to them. And be sure to like the live and drop us a sub if you are interested in space and astronomy like this. I go live all the time, sharing the sun, the moon, the stars, and the planets through my telescope with you guys. It's the most exciting thing you've seen, probably orbs going across the moon that that aren't a plane, a satellite, or a bird. It's like a little orb goes across. And I think they're weather balloons, but they just look so freaking weird. But that's like the exciting, like UAP style, ooh, things I've seen. But the most exciting thing, honestly, that I've seen is the striations of Jupiter, the rings of Saturn, the Orion Nebula, Andromeda Galaxy with my own eyes through a telescope. Just incredible. You can even see like those things with binoculars too, you know? Those shiny circles, a lot of people think they're lights, but they're not. Check this out, okay? And do this and this. They're actually small craters. You can see that they're just small, bright craters. There's a bunch up here. Let's go through here. Yeah, you can even see a slightly dark center to them. They're small craters, but they do kind of look like lights, don't they? A lot of people are like, that looks like lights. And then see these long lines going up? People are like, those are highways on the moon. No, that's from this crater right here. That's Tycho crater. And that impact was I think it was an asteroid. I forget, I think 17 miles wide, impacted the moon so powerfully, it shot ejecta lines all the way across the moon. Look at those lines, how far they go around the moon. That's how big that impact was. And it was also so big that it shot parts of the lunar regolith up into space, escaped the lunar gravity, and some of it came through Earth's atmosphere and landed on Earth as lunar meteorites, and you can buy those. But yeah, those tiny white ones, yeah, they're just craters. They're just smaller craters. There's craters of different sizes, shapes, depths all over the moon, depending on what hit it and at what trajectory and at what speed. Pretty cool, you know? Tanzania, welcome in. Where's everybody tuning in from? Saturn and its 4 moons. We've been seeing Titan and Theia. I think Theia's the other moon we've been seeing. Last night we saw Titan and Theia with the moon, or with Saturn. Washington, nice. What's up, guys? Montreal, how you doing? California, Vancouver. Arlene, Texas, welcome in. The Philippines, good to see you guys. Yeah, thanks for subscribing, guys. We built quite a community here on YouTube, and you guys are amazing. You guys know you're my favorites, so that's the way it goes. You're stuck with me now because you guys are so awesome. Philadelphia, Houston, Finland, PA, Wyoming, Utah, Albany, Minnesota, Virginia, Missouri, Barbados. Getting the camera now. Awesome. If any of you going out to take pictures of the moon tonight, if you do, you can find me on Instagram, and I think, is it Instagram or is it TikTok? Which one lets you put the photos in the comments? TikTok. You can go to my videos and post them in the comments. Let me see your photos. Moon people. Our moon people, we're all moon people here, except for a handful. They get drowned out by the awesomeness of all of you guys. Do you ever film any UFOs? I filmed UAPs, not aliens. UFO, unidentified. Yeah, I've seen things I couldn't figure out what they were, but it's not alien. I know it's not alien, unless aliens do the similar stuff we do, which wouldn't make sense. Because the flight trajectory and everything. Now, I've seen videos online. You don't even know if they're AI anymore, but I think it's pretty rough because we don't know what we're seeing is real or not, especially with extraterrestrial videos that they're this is an alien spacecraft, and I think it's all AI. Is it true the water on the moon are in the form of glaciers? Kind of. They're in the form of ice. Water in the moon is in the form of ice. And where it is on the polar regions. So the South Pole, way up along there, that we can't see, right on that edge, aimed 90 degrees away from us, so we can't see in it. But the sun never reaches inside those craters, okay? And then on the other pole, down here, same thing. The sun doesn't reach in those craters. And if those craters were hit by a comet that made them. That comet is ice and dust, and it deposited all that ice there. And yeah, there's still a ton of water on the moon in the form of that ice. Now, around the rims of those craters, you got rust. There's rust on the moon. Did you know that? The moon is rusting. I mean, not very noticeably, obviously. It's kind of microscopic, actually, but it's hematite rust. We found rust on the moon, which is just wild. But then we found the most abundant resource on the moon is oxygen, but it's chemically bonded to the lunar regolith. And the regolith on the moon is the surface material, the rock and dust and weird powdery crap. It's not called soil, it's not called dirt, it's called regolith. Yes, this is real Sandra Addison. It is 12:44 p.m. in Pennsylvania. My name's Nate, and this is a live view of our full sturgeon moon. And what we're seeing here is this edge right here, the last little bit of waxing over by the sun, because we're just over it's like 3 hours and 10 minutes till the moment of full tonight. So it is the full sturgeon moon. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Let me clean up the focus. There we go. Look at that. And we are looking, you guys are looking through my large telescope. It's an 8-inch Dobsonian. It's called the Orion SkyQuest XT8. I'm going to take you off the telescope real quick and try to show you it if I can with this light. I think I can with the light here. All right. All right. So here's the telescope. All right. It's 4 feet long. It's an 8-inch diameter. And we are aimed up at the full moon tonight. How beautiful is that? Pretty cool, right? All right. And then this is a phone holder right here that you guys sit in, and I can go left and right with it, up and down with it, or to the eyepiece and from the eyepiece. It's got 3 axes. I don't know how to say the plural of axis. It's a 3-axis phone mount. And then, so I can adjust my phone camera just right so we get a good view. Pretty cool, right? You have the same telescope, but I need a moon filter. I need a moon filter when I look through it, but my phone doesn't need it when I'm doing this. I actually, for YouTube, I can't dim. I could see maybe using a moon filter for this live stream, because I just need it dimmed a little sometimes, you know? But how cool is that, guys? Be sure to like the live and drop a subscribe for space and astronomy content and live streams. I go live a lot with the sun, the moon, the stars, and the planets. Do you live for ISS? Do I go live for the ISS? Sometimes. Have you ever tried to look at planets through? Yeah, tonight I'm going to do Saturn later on. That'll be on TikTok around 1:30, 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Right now, no, I'm going to say it's closer to 2 o'clock. We're probably going to be here until almost 2. About another hour, I'm going to be live with you guys. Then after that, I'm going to do the full moon into Saturn over there on TikTok. I do exclusive live streams on each platform. Hi, Nate, West Michigan here. Just learned something new. Didn't know about the rust on the moon. Love the lives. Hey, I'm glad you're here. You're a channel member. If you're a channel member, you get spoiled by me, by the way. I started a vlog that you're gonna get spammed with. Daily vlogs for channel members or subscribers on other things, or Patreon members. I'm doing daily vlogs, letting you know everything that's going on every day. Only got YouTube? All right, Danny. Yeah, I mean, at the end of this live, if I can see Saturn, we'll go look at it, but it's not gonna look good until it gets higher up in the sky. That's the only reason I go on Saturn so late. It's because it really, it needs to be higher up in the sky, and it just takes time for it to get up there. Ideally, I'd be doing Saturn at like 3 a.m., honestly. Oh, there's that color discoloration. I don't like that. Let's fix this. There we go. I think that'll work. Now we're real close to the lunar surface. Now this is a stationary telescope. It's not motorized. It has no electronics. So you're seeing the moon move, right? That is not the moon moving. That's us. We're rotating faster than the moon can orbit us, because the moon orbits us the same direction that we spin, but we spin faster. And that's what you're seeing right now. Now this view is upside down, because the telescope will flip the image, but it's just 180 upside down. If you just flip your phone upside down, you'll see the correct orientation. And then it'll make sense moving left to right instead of right to left. I'm in Pennsylvania. What state are you in, Rebecca? Moon Guy, hope you're doing good. Hey, Graham, good to see you, man. No electronics, so you were broke? No. What do you mean? No, this telescope doesn't have any electronics in it. This is a stationary telescope. But over here, those two trackers, there's a few $1,000s right there. Those are nice. Those are sweet. Those track things and take amazing photos. But just because it doesn't have electronics doesn't mean crap. This is the best. An 8-inch Dobsonian is the best visual telescope. It's voted the best visual telescope, and that's why I'm visually showing you things live right now. So, I mean, I may not have a ton of money, but I got brains. So you can take your ignorance and shove it. Astro Weekend, I don't know where the aliens are. Yeah, the telescope flips the image. Germany, nice. But the moon isn't real, it's a big piece of cheese. Personality is awesome. Thanks, Nate Riley. Don't mess with Texas. Hi, Brenda. Isn't that amazing? I haven't seen aliens yet. You guys got to bring the aliens in. You guys got to call them up, you know? Yeah, this is about as far from fake as it gets. I don't use AI. I do use AI on my thumbnails and sometimes for gathering information. I use AI a lot for gathering information. But as far as my content live streams, my videos I post, there's not AI. I don't use AI. I'm as authentic, genuine as it gets. You guys are looking through my telescope, period. Simple as that. Dude with a scope. But I am experimenting with AI on my thumbnails because they need to be a little brighter. What do you guys think about the one I made for this live tonight? I put a UFO, some meteors, because we got the Perseid meteor shower starting to peak. It peaks on the 12th. We got the full moon. And then I think there should be auroras in the background. I don't know if there's auroras in that. But I thought it was a pretty neat thumbnail. Sucks? Okay. All right, it sucks. Everybody go home. Joking. I say we make the moon the 51st state. This is fantastic. No, the full moon is this morning because it is now 12:51 here in PA, AM on the 9th. And the moment of full is in 3 hours and 4 minutes from now is the moment of full. They always go technical with like the date saying it's August 9th. So everybody thinks the night of August 9th is going to be the full moon, but go look up the moment of full moon. And sometimes it's super early in the morning before sunrise on that date. So the closest you'll see it is actually the night before they're saying. And this is a perfect example where the moon, the moment of full is 3:55 a.m. So we're only, 3 hours and 4 minutes away from that, where tomorrow night, how many hours are you going to be away from that? See what I mean? You're further away from the moment of full. So there's that. Plus, you can start calling it full about 24 hours before to 24 hours after that moment of full. Because it appears full for that whole time to the unaided eye. But if you get on the telescope, I'll take you over to the edge that is still waxing over the last few hours. It's still waxing over. I'll show you. You'll see it right here. Let me stop shaking the crap out of it. Right there. See that on the bottom? Little bit of dark spots and craters. That's the little bit left to wax over there. And you can see it kind of, there is a little bit, there's a little bit. It's just not smooth. It starts to get smooth up there though. So the last little bit to wax over is right in this area. Yeah, right in there. So just a little bit left. You know, look at those craters. Be sure to like the live, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you like space and live astronomy. I do these frequently. My name's Nate. I go by SunshineNate, but I love space and I love checking out the night sky with the telescope. Tonight we're looking at the full sturgeon August moon, and this thing is low on the horizon. It's pretty far away from Earth, so it's kind of a small moon. It's not a super moon, kind of the opposite actually. right in the center of your screen, right there, right in the center, that's where Apollo 11 landed on the Sea of Tranquility. That large dark area below it is the Sea of Tranquility, part of the man on the moon that's looking upside down right now, but pretty cool. Yes, James Lovell, RIP. Sunshine. Yeah, Lovell, digital. Yeah, Lovell passed away. Atlas Pronos video. I don't know who that is, Ray Ray. I'll have to check it out. Or you can put it in one of my channel posts. Not a lot of people comment in those, and it's the easiest way to like share me something on YouTube. So you go to my channel. Oh, thank you. You're awesome. You guys are awesome. No, you're awesome. No, you guys are. It's so good to see you guys. I'm super hyped up for this night. This night is so. I always get hyped up for full moons. Sorry. You're just going to have to put up with me. I love it. Waxing gibbous for 3 hours and 1 minute. It's a waxing gibbous. And then it's a waning gibbous. And there is no full moon. Because the actual moment of full is a moment, not even a second. It is literally that. But 24 hours before and after, you can call it a full moon. You can get any closer to the moon? I can. Yeah, check this out. Want to see something? Gets a little funky, a little fuzzy. That's pretty close. Hey, El Chingen, thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Thank you for the 20. The name of the scope is in the description. Orion XT8 Dobsonian. If you see people asking, let them know. It's in the description of the live tonight. Because I get asked that a lot, so I put it in the description. Sometimes I forget to. Tonight I think I remembered. And I put the Discord invite in the description. Anybody wants to join our Discord? We have an amazing Discord community and a lot of people that are super into space and astronomy, photography and all that. Great group of people. So I put the invite in the description tonight as well. Zoom out so we know it's real. It's a full moon right now. Like, just go outside. I mean, why do I have to keep zooming in and out just to like prove to you guys that I'm doing the same thing I've been doing for frickin' 5 years? Like, how many more years do I have to do it? You know? How many more years? Before you guys actually believe that we're actually looking through a telescope. I take you off the telescope, show you the telescope. We run through all the telescopes. We do daytime telescopes. We do everything telescopes for 5 years now. Just look at my channel. Go check that out. Jeez. How many years do we got to do it? Until they stop saying, is this real? Jeez. So irritating. Now there's people just trolling me. You guys are cool. The trolls are cool. As long as you're not being harmful, it's fine. Just a little sassy, Nate. Hey, I'm a little hangry, you know. I've been out here with the telescope for a handful of hours now, enjoying the night sky. Love to share it with you guys. Why it moves? That's Earth rotating. We're rotating faster than the moon orbits around us. It orbits in the same direction we rotate, but we move faster, so we're moving ahead of the moon as we rotate. Just like the sunrise is us turning, rotating into the sun view. Sunset is us rotating away from the sun. This is us rotating and the moon orbiting in the same direction, just not as fast. That's the movement, because it's a stationary telescope. There's no electronics on it, on this one anyhow. Pretty cool though, right? I thought it was pretty cool. All right, check this out. Get a different view here. I wonder if, oh, that covers up. Yeah, that's pretty good. Do this. All right, so the moon. Anybody know any interesting facts about the moon? It's awesome, I love it. Any signs of life? Moon base. Moon base. There's a moon cave on the Sea of Tranquility down here that we discovered. Now, the funny thing is, just the past year or two, we figured it out that there's a moon cave there, right? But the data's been around forever, since like the 90s or something, or early 2000s. It just took them that long to start processing it. And then they figured out there's a moon cave on the Sea of Tranquility, which is the top left. Let me get this better situated so it's center. Right up here, okay? That top one. And we want to build a moon base in the moon cave. How cool is that? It makes sense. It would protect whatever we build from like the tiny asteroids that hit the moon daily, and as well as protect from a lot of the solar radiations, like winds and stuff, you know, solar winds. We already zoomed in on the white dots. I'll do that again in a little bit, but I'm not going to do things like on repeat mode. I don't want to sound like a broken record. What about the moon? What? What makes the moon glow? The sun. Show us the South Pole. I can't show you the poles because they're on edge. They're 90 degrees from us. They're just the edge of the moon on top and bottom. Just bought that bottom right corner, 128 acres. There you go, Mike. There, guys. Mike bought it. You know, Mike owns this right down here. He bought that area. Is there companies out there trying to sell land on the moon? I bet there is. I know there's people out there trying to sell like the most random stuff, and it's just snake oil. Don't fall for it. Don't be that gullible. That's my favorite crater, that bright one right there, because it kind of looks like a light when you dim down the moon a little bit. It looks like a light. I can't dim on here, or I'd show you, but that crater's my favorite because it's like the brightest crater on the moon. And it does look like a light when you do photography just the right way. Oh, you're going to save us some moon? Nice. Mike G invited us all to the moon, guys. Thanks, Mike G. How are we getting there? What's the spacecraft? What's the method of propulsion that we're taking there? And can we bring pets? Because I always kind of wanted to see a dog or a cat in a spacesuit trying to hop around on the moon. I think it'd just be hilarious. It'd be, you know, I think it'd be funny. The moon does spin. As it orbits Earth every 29.3 days, it makes one rotation every 29.3 days as it's tidally locked to Earth. As it orbits us, you can see it spinning in reference to the sun through the lunar phases, crescent, waxing crescent into first quarter, into waning waxing gibbous, into full moon, then the other side, shadow. You see the shadow moving around the moon, meaning in reference to the sun, it's rotating. In reference to Earth, we just see the one side. We always see the dark side. At new moon, we see the dark side. The new moon to full moon, we see the dark side. Then the full moon to new moon, we see more of the dark side. Right now, the dark side is right here. What we don't see is the far side, but we see the dark side. That's the last bit of the dark side right there, waxing over. That's where Pink Floyd messed up, because now everybody calls it the dark side of the moon is the far side. And, oh man, some people get triggered by it. I don't care. It's the moon. I don't think the moon cares if you believe in it or not, you know? So I take the moon side on this. My favorite feature of the moon, other than that bright crater, let me think. It's not like the big Tycho up top there. You know, I'm going to have to say it's this area right next to the right of the cat that's upside down, up top there. I don't know if you guys would see what I see though, but I see it's upside down. I see like two people dancing right there. I think that's pretty cool. And I don't know if you guys can see it. You'd have to flip your phones upside down, okay? Flip them upside down. So, and I'm going to talk to you upside down. Tycho crater, right? The big one right there. Right above it, right here, there's that big dark area, but there's two dark shadows right in the middle of it, right in here, okay? And those two dark shadows, when you're at a certain magnification and brightness, it appears like two people dancing to me. I don't know why. There. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I see it. There. I see two people dancing. You do see it? Okay. So I'm not crazy. I guess that's and it's really, really subtle. You don't just notice it, you know? And I spend a lot of time staring at the moon and stuff. And that's just kind of what comes up. Mike G, I personally feel that this is the Death Star. It kind of looks like it with Tycho being like that, you know? You got that big crater there. I mean, it's not as big as the planet weapon that the Death Star had, but I mean, I can see the relation. I think the moon kind of looks like a peeled orange and the sun looks like an orange, you know? Chat's going fast. Sorry I can't hit everybody's questions. I appreciate you guys being here. It's not hollow, it's a solid rock. Can you zoom into the aliens? If I could, I would. Have you ever seen any moving? No. Where we land. One of the first time we landed on the moon is the best place I can show you. Most notable feature is this is the Sea of Tranquility, this large dark region. Top right of it, there's a little pointy white piece sticking out with a little white dot below it. Just below and to the left of that white dot, Apollo 11 landed. Oh, you're welcome, Mixiel. Werewolves. Oh, we got to howl at the moon. Everybody howl. Or I will. You know, ow. I stole the moon. This is a decoy. Uh-oh. We got Despicable Me in here. Yeah, the moon landings were real. You don't have to believe me, though. You go make up your mind for yourself. Don't trust me. Don't trust anybody. You make up your own mind, but do your own research, you know. Make sure you do thorough research and then make up your mind. Don't just listen to random people online. Random people online that make up fake stories get tons of publicity, and they shouldn't. Hey, Jamie, thank you so much for 10. The 10 is, thank you, Jamie. I really appreciate that. Telescope was about 650. How do you know they're real? I've seen the evidence. Love from India, nice. And you can find the evidence. Everybody can go search out and research the evidence yourself. Or you can get lost in the rabbit hole and skepticism and not believe evidence, which is where a lot of that starts. And like having difficulty trusting people. And that's why I say don't trust people. Do the research yourself, you know, make up your own mind. You know? And it's not a debate with me because I'm not gonna change your mind. You're not gonna change mine. The only mind you can change is your own. The only one I can change is my own. I saw the guy who landed on the moon and I looked in his eyes and you didn't see it. All right. That's a little bit of skepticism though. There's no evidence there. Patrick. Details are so pretty, aren't they? Telescope is an Orion SkyQuest XT8 Dobsonian. The name is in the description of the live stream. Where's the moon right now? In the southern sky. I'm in the northern hemisphere, so it's in my southern sky. But if you're in Australia or something, it might be a little different. A little bit, no. I think, well, I don't know. I can't flip myself on Earth right now. We didn't return. I mean, it's geopolitics and stuff, you know. It's all, you know, all that stuff. So I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask politicians. They do stupid stuff all the time. So definitely the Earth is around and spherical. Yeah, definitely. You can prove that too just by simple basic math. Chandrayaan, I think landed on the southern pole. I can't show you the poles of the moon because obviously they're 90 degrees from us, right over the edges there, just out of view. Cat says hi, guys. Say hi to the cat. Astro Kitty's here. She's saying hi to all you. You're buying this telescope? This telescope, Orion's no longer in operation. So look for like an Arpatura 88 is the most comparable model to this. Because Orion is no longer in operation, as sad as it is. How are you doing this? With the iPhone? Yeah, I'll show you real quick. So I'll take you guys off the scope. I'll bring out the light here. telescope with the eyepiece holder. Well, the eyepiece and then the phone holder on the eyepiece, and then we're aimed up at the moon. You know, and this is a 4-foot long telescope. That's my magnetic counterweight because all this stuff plus the phone weighs so much, it tilts down. But basically, a Dobsonian is this floor piece, right? So it spins on a base on the ground, and then it tilts like this. And then you got some tension springs you can add to make the tilt not so intense, but I like to make it nice and smooth like this. So that weight is the counterweight for all the weight I put up here. So that's the telescope. Let's go find the moon. Oh, I think I saw a star. Wait, was it down here? I don't know where that star. There was a star. All right, we'll go back to the moon. I got distracted for a second. Let's test. Oh, I got blue. Hold on. And then the phone mount is how I'm doing this, because you want to line your camera up perfectly with the telescope so you don't get those blue edges so much. And it's got fine-tune adjustments so you can there we go. Now we're talking. So you can keep your image as clear as possible. Now, the phone camera through a telescope is never even going to come close to competing with what your eyes see through these. We'll go to Saturn. It looks cool. It's a little fuzzy, but you look your eye through the telescope at Saturn, and it's like 4K, HD. You see the color tones and everything. Cameras can usually see more than the eyes can, except through live visual astronomy. Now, astrophotography, where you're stacking images, yeah, you can get much better than the eye can see because it collects and adds light. What was that? Did I just turn off my camera? Oh, I hit the button. How do I get that button out of here? So there's a caret. It doesn't let me get rid of it. There's a button on the right side of the screen, so when I'm pinch zooming and stuff, it turns off the camera. It's kind of inconvenient. There we go. It's pretty good. Now let's do this and this. We are one. All right, looking at chat again. Sorry I was ignoring you. I didn't mean to ignore you. I was just ignoring you. I was focused on the telescope and making sure you guys had a good view. Why did the moon ring like a bell? It's rock, and they did an impact test off the one lunar lander, and it just kept vibrating for like an hour, and they had a seismograph, and they said the seismograph rang like a bell. Not that it sounded like a bell, you know, it was more of a metaphor, but yeah, the moon vibrates. Imagine what happens when a big impact, I bet those big impacts that hit the moon make the moon rattle for a lot longer than an hour. Why are there craters on the moon? Asteroids and comets. During the early formation of the moon, more comets hit the moon than asteroids, and later in its life, like 4.5 billion years, it got more asteroids than comets. You hear the cat? Cat keeps saying hi to you guys. I didn't lose signal. Can you guys still hear me? Are you there? Check, check. Who can hear me? Give me a purple heart if you hear and see the live stream. Purple heart in chat if you hear and see the live stream. Okay, so it might just be your phone, whoever that was, because it looks like the live stream's working pretty good. YouTube official India. Is that a fake account? Maybe. I don't know. You guys let me know. I don't know. Saturn is going to be later tonight. Hey, peanut butter and jelly. Thanks for the 10. Good for us to gaze and wonder. Absolutely. I agree. Thank you so much for the 10. We're gonna stick with the moon tonight. I'm not gonna be jumping around objects. Stars don't tend to be that entertaining for people. Can I view satellites through a telescope? Yes, you can. You're gonna have to chase them. I've chased the International Space Station with this telescope. It's a nightmare. But I have this Celestron 8SE, Nexstar 8SE behind me that tracks, as well as the other go-to mount. And there's certain software you can update it to track the ISS. But if you're going to go out and try to do it, you literally have to like update it with the latest data and trajectory course corrections that the ISS made that day right before you do it. So there's a lot of computerized stuff that goes into that because the ISS is constantly adjusting its trajectory. So you cannot know long term when and where the ISS will be somewhere. You only know like an idea, like a little ways out, a few weeks, but even day of, if they make a course correction or something, you could go set up somewhere, get ready for it to like transit the sun or the moon, and you're like 4 miles off because they had just fired their thrusters that morning and you didn't check. Saturn is like 2 a.m. 2 a.m. on TikTok. It's going to be on TikTok because I need dimming capabilities on the mobile live stream to be able to properly view Saturn, and YouTube does not have that. So after this, I'm going live there so we can do it. And so far, I know on mobile, that I think is the only app that lets you have a little dimming that works pretty good. It's like an exposure dim, and it works phenomenal. No, we can't see 3i Atlas until like probably November, December, because it's going behind the sun. And then when it comes away from the sun, it's going to be in the morning, look to the east, and we're going to see if we can spot it. It depends on how bright it is, too. If it is a comet and its tail, depending, I mean, it's coming by Mars, but it doesn't really get closer to the sun than Mars. So, like, will it grow a tail if it's, ice and dust comet? We don't know. But it seems like we've seen a coma, and I think they're still photographing it. Photos are coming out every day or two on 3i Atlas. And of course, Avi Loeb had to go and drop the alien word on it, and then everybody went bonkers about the aliens with it. Thought it was literally on Halloween. Why big craters bottom right? There's big craters all over the moon, but since it's going into full moon right now, look at this right here. This last little bit is waxing over down here. So you see a little bit. That's that little circle, darker circle up left there. That's Plato crater. Plato crater. Plato, not Play/DOH. Not the little mushy stuff you played with as a kid, but Plato. Plato. 3i Atlas with eyes. That all depends on how much the sun has an effect on it. TikTok, it's same as here. SunshineNate. One word. SunshineNate. You'll see me. I have 1 million followers there. Pretty hard to miss. If you see an account less than 1 million followers, it's not me. You're welcome. I've seen things I can't explain, but not aliens. I feel like when people ask about UFOs, they're really asking, have you seen aliens? So that's why I say that, because UFOs got such a stigma, it's just attached to aliens. Nobody thinks it's unidentified anymore. I have seen some objects move across, like transit the moon, that I could not explain. And my best guess is it was probably like a weather balloon, but it wasn't on the weather balloon chart, What's your favorite fact about the moon? I got a lot of favorite facts about the moon. I just said one the other night, but I think I changed my mind. It was like during the formation, the far side cooled much quicker. So, oops, I got to use both hands here. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry for getting you dizzy. Like 400 people just jumped out of the live. They're like, dear goodness, that was horrible. Favorite factoid about the moon, or I don't know. I, I think my favorite, I think tonight my favorite, because it's going to change all the time. I think my favorite thing about the moon is just how many different forms and spiritual things and belief structures and different ideas there have been over human civilization on what the moon is. I think that's just fascinating that we look to the skies in 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 all sorts of crazy ways, and we've looked at the moon in all sorts of crazy ways. And I wouldn't say it's crazy, it makes sense for the times, because they didn't know anything else. But as science has advanced now, it's fascinating to see just how much we're learning still about stuff out there. And then we take that information and apply it here, and we just whole new industries are born, new technologies are developed, and we get a whole new understanding of our little piece of the universe. You're welcome, Rampage. Those are not lights. Those are small craters. They're just smaller craters. I'm going to zoom out, show you guys a little bit more of this, the full moon. Pretty cool, right? It's been blasted a lot, yeah. I wish it would dim down a little bit. There we go. There's a meteor shower now. The Perseids meteor shower peak on the 12th, but they actually last for a month, 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after-ish kind of thing. I think mid-July through mid-August. So maybe after they peak, it kind of drops off quicker than them coming on. But we've been seeing them every night, and they're getting more and more intense. But on the 12th, they were expecting 90 an hour. Now they're saying, for some reason, they're thinking it might be 100 an hour, that's a lot. No, I don't think the moon is hollow. Not even close. Dustin, thank you for the 5. Absolutely, I would agree. Thanks for your response. Going camping tomorrow in the middle of nowhere and can't wait to see for myself. Hey, thank you, Dustin. I appreciate the 5, and I hope you enjoy your camping. Man, that sounds like fun. I should go camping. Do the dark spots represent depth? No, the shadows kind of can when we see them. Like, in the shadows, I mean, like down here, if we can still see any, like that little sliver shadow there. When we're in waxing phases and stuff, we got the Terminator line, all those details. But these darker areas here, the large darker regions, those are ancient lava beds, okay? During the formation of the moon, there was a lot of volcanic activity, as well as this side of the moon aimed towards Earth was like a really thin crust. It was cooling very slow. Asteroids and comets would break through the crust, releasing giant pools of magma, as well as volcanic activity. So it developed a lot of large ancient lava beds. Now on the far side, it cooled much quicker and had a thicker crust. So comets and asteroids didn't really break through the crust. You see a lot less of that on the far side. How many US flags on the moon? 6. Is that Superman? Probably. I mean, it would make sense, right? Yeah, famous astronaut Lowell just passed away. If you think about it, this moon makes no sense. The math doesn't add up. The math adds up perfect, actually beyond perfect, honestly. So I don't know what you're talking about. You're just making word salad. Where's the sword? The sword, I think, is right. Hold on. I think it's right. I want to say it's somewhere right in here. I don't think we can see the sword tonight. Maybe we can. I gotta figure out where it was, though. It's really hard to see on a full moon. On a full moon, all these features are washed out. You don't get any depth, and the sword is illuminated by the shadow that it casts, and then it disappears when that shadow's gone. I want to say it was in here, though. Is that it? I don't know. Not sure. Any thoughts about Bob Lazar and his story? Thanks. Interesting. You know, I do. And I don't want to, I don't know. I do, but I don't want to influence you guys with my opinion on that. But I do have an opinion. And my opinion is that his story is switches up a little bit over time, but also the way he recounts it. If you've ever like watched crime investigating and like person's mannerisms and behaviors and when they're being interrogated, there's two ways to respond to something. One, you tell the truth. Two, you lie. And when you lie, you tend to talk about things in a certain way. Everything he ever said, he talks about in that way. And when you're telling the truth, you say things a different way. And he's never done it in a different way. But I do think he actually believes what he's saying now because he's said it for so long. That's what I see, objectively. Because you look up the mannerisms and stuff, and he checks all the boxes for lying. No, he just, the way, like, if something happens to you, okay, like, if you, say you're walking down the street and somebody hits you with a water balloon in the head, right? And then this really happens, okay? So you remember it a certain way and you tell people the story a certain way. And then over time, that story will either elaborate or you'll leave out certain details. It'll change a little bit over a long period of time. However, when you're lying about something, you talk about things in a totally different way and you add in details and take out details that don't even make sense to add in or take out. And you say certain words that trigger things. Like he has said, it was a spaceship. Like, that's not something you would think when you, like there's all these little mannerisms that he checks off the boxes on. And I don't know for sure, but my opinion is, he really believes what he's saying. But what he's saying doesn't exactly add up with the way he's saying it. New to channel, thank you, Andrew, for the 5. You like it, thanks. Many great nights spent looking at this rock. Oh, absolutely, thank you. You even be calling it a spaceship. No, I'm just saying, like some of the words he described in when he went into the facility and saw the hangars and stuff, the way he described it is like so different than somebody recounting something they experienced. It's very different if you look up like people's mannerisms and stuff. What's the circle on top? That is Tycho Crater right up here. But this is upside down, remember. I'm a spin doctor, Jamie? Are you talking to me, Jamie? I'm not saying, I just don't believe him, but I don't want to influence you guys. I think do your own research, make up your own mind. I make up my own mind for things. Do you think the UAP phenomenon is real? Yeah, I think there's definitely some strange stuff that happens that can't be explained. No, I think Lazar is awesome. I think he's incredibly intelligent and stuff, and I think he really believes his story. I just don't exactly buy it. Does that make sense? I just don't believe it. It doesn't mean he's lying if I think that way. That's just my take, and I'm allowed to have my take and you're allowed to have yours. You want to see it? Okay, I'll zoom out. Can you point out if you see something from out it ordinary? Yeah, if I see something weird, I'll let you know. But in the years I've been doing this, it's only things that transit across the moon that are weird. Nothing on the moon I've ever seen be weird. The moon's just been a stable rock for as long as I've observed it my whole life. Oh, you worked with laser? Cool. I want to see the back. Me too. You can check out the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter and you can see the back of it. Is the dark areas giant craters? No, those are ancient lava beds. I don't know what that is. Why are all planets circle? Gravity, mostly. As the mass, like little rocks start to attract other little rocks, little asteroids and stuff, and they turn into like this big, weird potato-shaped mess. But as they keep gaining mass, they gain more attraction of gravity, sucking in more and more rocks. And once they hit like the breaking point and get so big, they'll collapse in on themselves and kind of become more circular the bigger they get. But it's all about that gravitational pull. Like even the gas giants, you got like this center that has all this mass, dense mass that's pulling those gases in and stuff, you know? Looks like a dude smiling with sunglasses, upper right-hand side on the moon when zoomed out. Okay, I gotta see this. Upper right-hand side. The guy smiling with sunglasses, upper right. How big is the guy? How big is the guy? That's Mix Z. How big is he? I think there's like a 15-second delay here. Call me old man one more time, Alex. Okay, you did it. I don't see this. I don't see it. I tried to see it. I couldn't see it. What's the top right spot with striations? That is Tycho crater, and the striations are called ejecta lines from the impact that happened. The debris field shot across the moon and left those lines. Like just tons of rock and dust, just huge explosion. You see a garbage pail, kid. You see the sunglasses, Gina? Ah, I'm trying to see it. I keep. Is it sideways or straight up and down? Right under the circle. Okay. And how big, Ms. Mixes? Right under Tycho crater. I see the cat on the left. Oh, not quite seeing it. Up and down. I just don't see it. I'm straight up. He's got hair. Oh, I think I see it. I think I kind of see it. I think. I'm not sure. It's impossible to describe, though. I think I see it. All right, thank you. I had to get that out of my system. All right, I see some requests to zoom out just a little bit. Were you talking to zoom out for the whole moon or just zoom out from that area up there? It's getting really weird focus. Equipment I have in the description of video, it's an Orion XT8 Dobsonian telescope. How far can I zoom in? I don't see it? Okay, I don't see it then. Because if I did see it, I'd probably be more excited. Man, I'm bummed out. You're gonna have to like draw it like I'm 4 on a piece of paper for me. Okay, how far can I zoom in? Let's see. We can do that. Then we can do that. Do that. That's it. That's max. And I don't know if the focus is really going to even help at that point. The pixels are about a few miles across, each pixel. So, Neil Armstrong landed right up top there. No, right there. Under that point with the white dot below it, up top, that white dot just to the left and below it. Sea of Tranquility, Apollo 11. On the Sea of Tranquility there. I tried to hallucinate the cat and dig. I did. Honestly, that's exactly how it was going. I was like trying to see it so bad, I just saw it. You know? I wanted to see it so bad. Now I'm mad that I can't see the sunglass dude. He sounds like a good guy. I've been just chilling on the moon like that with sunglasses. It doesn't get better than that. I want to see the dude with sunglasses now. And I'm mad I can't. I'm disappointed. Is part of the lava beds up there beneath Tycho or down below? The white patches, that's just younger craters. They're really bright, and then over time, they dull with the sun pounding them with solar winds. You are panning to him, but where on the screen? How big is he? Things like that. I see like a face right here looking to the right. This thing right here, that's the eye right in the center. Nose just to the right, mouth just below. Looks like a face looking to the right. So with that face, where is the sunglass man? Higher? Okay. So the sunglass man fits above that face in this area here. Is that whole area the sunglass? Like those two white dots? Is that the sunglasses? Right between his eyes. The white line goes right between his eyes. Okay, so like right over here. Okay, so his eyes, would that be like this white crater right up there centered and this white crater? Nope, bigger. Okay, let me reset. I'm gonna find this darn guy on the moon. Man, I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna find him. He's gonna be my best friend, whether he likes it or not. Down? I'm seeing down now. It's so obvious. Come on, dude. What? That's the left eye. I quit. I'm gonna quit for now. We'll come back to it. I can't see it. Bro, why'd you block me on Grindr? Do you go into lives just saying that to everybody? I'm interested in how many people get nervous about that. That'd be funny. Does anyone else's wife fart more than full moon? You guys are on your worst behavior tonight, aren't you? Go to Mount Rushmore next. The whole black part are glasses. Oh, really? I don't see how that. The whole black part is. I don't know. You cannot show the full moon during the day because the full moon is when the moon is on the opposite side of the earth as the sun. You can see the day moon though in other lunar phases. It'll be up during the day when it gets closer to the sun from our point of view. So like right now, The moon is in the south, up high in the sky, and the sun is in the north, but way below the horizon, to me. I think you saw a transformer. Oh yeah, Transformers did the dark side of the moon, didn't they? How many lefts make a right? 1, 2, 3. 3 lefts make a right. I had a dog, a poodle, a toy poodle, growing up, and it would only turn right. I don't know if that's like an inbred thing or something wrong with the dog, but I've seen a lot of dogs that do that. They'll only turn one direction ever. And that comment reminded me of it. But it turned to the right. So if it wanted to go left, it had to turn all the way around to the right until it was going left. I missed it. How did I miss it? Stop at the white impact crater. You're talking about Tycho up top? This one way up here. Okay. Stop at the white impact crater, go straight down about halfway, look to the right and left, look for the 2 black circles. I see this black circle and this black circle. Then if I keep coming down, I see the 2 more circles on each side. Then I see this black circle, this big one, and this big one there. That kind of looks like sunglasses. Those 2 big ones. Is that the 2 big ones? Kind of looks like a butterfly almost. Okay, that's the sunglasses. Now I'm staring at the sunglasses trying to see the guy. Is that white part just below him? That little white part kind of the nose? Okay, okay, okay. I see the sunglass face, most of it. But if I, ooh, these other dots down here, all those bright things kind of look like a mouth open too. I see it. I think I see it now. It's almost 3D looking. Yes, mouth, okay. So I see it mixes. I win. Or I did, no, I always lose. But I feel like a winner now that I see it. Thank you guys for being patient with me on that. I know if you were like here, you just point on the screen and be like right here and it'd be easier to see. Texas Chainsaw. Is there something going on here specifically, Brandon? Yeah, we're doing live astronomy. We're looking at through the telescope at the full, what is it? What's the moon tonight? Sturgeon. Full sturgeon moon through a telescope. Live astronomy. You mooning me? Absolute. Well, you're kind of mooning yourself because you guys are in the phone and the phone's on a telescope. And you're all the little people in the phone that are on the telescope. I'm not touching anything right now. I'm sitting over here. So you guys are the ones mooning yourselves. Yep. Sturgeon, probably to do with fish or something. It's usually Farmer's Almanac stuff. So like crops like the strawberry moon, strawberries are ripe. The pink moon, the pink flowers are blooming. The flower moon, flowers are blooming. The buck moon, that's when the deer are shedding antlers and stuff, you know? Like it all has to do with like Farmer's Almanac stuff. Sturgeon feed heavily on full moons. There you go, full moon nights. There you go. It is super cool looking. I love sharing this stuff. So if it's your first time here, drop a like on the live if you're enjoying yourself. And maybe consider subscribing to my channel. I do space and live astronomy all the time. Just a couple minutes left here before I reposition to do the moon and Saturn on TikTok, which will start at 2 a.m. It's 1:42 p.m. So in just a few minutes here, I'm going to conclude here and I'm going to get set up for the moon and Saturn. I'm doing Saturn over there because I need the dimming. I put in a Barlow when we go to Saturn and I have to dim the screen, and I can't do that on here. You don't have TikTok? I will try to post. I do have some shorts posted here on YouTube of Saturn, if you want to go check those out. Moon farts are a hot commodity? You gotta be kidding me. Can you see any other planets right now? Saturn soon. I know you guys, if you don't have that app, I apologize, but unfortunately I just cannot get a good, clear view of Saturn without the exposure control. And that's the only app that gives me that. You like the day moon videos, Diana? Terminator line looks like delicate lace against blue sky. It does. It just kind of like, it's kind of magical, you know? Yeah. Right here, this comment, guys, I didn't know I could pin. This comment, why is the big white crater on the top when they look on like Google Images and stuff and it's on the bottom? One, the telescope flips the image upside down. So you can just rotate your phone upside down. That's happening. The moon's also in the sky moving to the right visually, even though it's us rotating. It's going to the right. On the screen, you see it going to the left. That's how you can see how upside down it is. Hey, Curtis Jackson, thank you for the 20. I appreciate how active you are with chat. Thank you so much, Curtis. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. However, you should look up on the same thing for the image of the moon. What does it look like in the southern hemisphere? And what does it look like on the equator? Because on the equator, because we know this is upside down from the telescope. On the equator, though, Tycho's on the side. And in the southern hemisphere, Tycho looks just like this on the top. Have you seen anything abnormal while filming? Which is another way you can prove the Earth is round, because I've gone live side by side with people nearly on the other side of the planet looking at the same moon with the same telescope, and theirs is upside down for mine. From one Nate to another, what are the chances the moon and the sun are the same size during a total eclipse? Doesn't seem like a coincidence. It depends on how far the moon is away from Earth. Sometimes we get the annular ring of fire, and sometimes we get the total solar eclipse if the moon is closer to Earth. They're always slightly different. They're never the same size. They're close though, it's always a different size for eclipses. It depends on how far away the moon is and how far away we are from the sun as well. Everything's always moving and changing. How does your telescope compare to a spotting scope in Zoom? This one's better than a spotting scope in Zoom. I mean, we can just, when I zoom in to 8 millimeters on this thing, I gotta zoom out here. So I'm not using any digital zoom. This is just the analog zoom. I still get quite a bit of light collected, where if I'm on like a spotting scope and I zoomed in with an 8 millimeter, the light would be a lot dimmer than this. But then I can pinch zoom and I'm still getting details up to like 300 to 350x. This is about 340. Then we're going 350 and almost to 400 there. So I guess this is probably 350 right here. And then this is probably 300. In that ballpark. I don't have an exact measurement because it's all fluid motion. There's no notches or anything, you know. Do you know if the full sturgeon moon will be as full tomorrow night? I would like to take photos of the moon, but tonight it is very cloudy for me. Yeah, it will appear full for like 24 hours after. So if you get out there early enough, I would say let the moon get up a little bit, because it's going to have a lot of atmospheric disturbance when it rises, and it's going to be really orange. So you might want to capture some of that. But if you're trying to get like a really detailed one, you You're gonna wanna wait for it to get high up in the sky. And at that point, it's gonna be approaching 24 hours, and you might start seeing some of the waning happening on this edge. We're gonna start seeing the shadow come around this edge and start going to the right. And that's upside down. This is upside down. I'm talking to what you're seeing right here. But we'll see that shadow come around there starting in about 24 hours. And it's only gonna look like it does right here, the last little tail end. Let's see if we can get that focused in. See that edge? That kind of stuff on the edge. Little sliver shadows and stuff, but that sliver shadow is almost white now. And the full sturgeon moon is at 3:55 a.m. So we're talking 2 hours and like 6 minutes until the moment of full. I can't get, like, the only way I can like show you something like right in front of the scope is to like super defocus it. If you super defocus a telescope, I should be able to show you my hand. Maybe. We'll see. Hold on. Kind of, not really. On a star, it works much better. But right now, I'm waving my hand in front of the telescope. And all you're seeing is like a little dimming kind of thing. So like a fishing line, you wouldn't even see it. Enjoy the show. Good night and clear skies. We'll be back. Thank you, Andrew. I'm concluding here, and I'm heading over to TikTok. If you have TikTok, check it out there. This replay will be posted online on my YouTube here. And let's see, can we get back out? There we go. And there we go. There's the telescope. And there's me. Hey, guys. We got the moon. So, yeah, head to TikTok. And then here pretty soon, we're going to have Saturn coming up right over here. So I got to position this way to get on that side of the tree. But Saturn might actually be up here now. Let me see. I don't think that's Saturn. I'm pretty sure that's not Saturn. I don't know if you guys can even see it. Yeah, right there in the center. I don't think that's Saturn. I think Saturn should be lower. Yeah, Saturn should definitely be lower. I'm not seeing it though. I feel like I should be seeing it on the horizon now, but maybe not. I'm gonna try to swipe out of the app and keep the live going, so it might just like look like it's like aired for a minute. I'm gonna look at Stellarium and see if that is Saturn. Then I'll show you it before I go. But just let me do that real quick, okay? All right, I'm back. No, that's not Saturn. And Saturn should be like right here right now. And I'm not seeing it. There might be too much haze over there. But I'm going to get it all queued up so I know where things are and go live on TikTok. Thank you very much, guys. Hope you have a great night. And we'll see you soon. Thank you for the 20. Again. You guys are the best.